And here we go. Okay. Oh, wow. Arnold. First one up, Arnold.
Hi, Don.
Johnny
Hi,
on the
everyone.
spot.
Yeah, I finished early. Um, so yeah, when I saw the assignment as impactful and not doing anything boring, so this is what I had in mind.
Well,
Um,
this is you know, you gotta, you gotta put this in your portfolio. This is absolutely uh, what I had in mind. I'm not personally fond of watermelon and lemon, but I guess some people would be.
right,
Um,
right.
but this is exactly what these guys need to be doing. I'm going to pick on you just one tiny thing, okay?
Okay,
You've got this one lined up and that one lined up, and that one's just a little off. And that one's a
okay.
little off. This one doesn't line up with that. If there's anything on, you can't do the sides because the sides are all goofy anyway. The labels never go on the same spot.
Right,
They're
right,
spinning
correct.
paper. But I would have lined those up just to make it perfect. You're good
Okay,
enough in Photoshop. You could probably pull those off, pull them up,
yeah,
just twist them a little bit.
right.
I would do that because that perfection would be everything you needed to add to this shot to make it
Okay,
absolutely
all
outstanding.
right,
And it's an outstanding shot. Your bottles are in the case, and yet we still get to see the color of them.
right.
So we're gonna, back here, this little bit of color sneaking through is really great. And the lemons. So this is, I'm gonna say this is probably a composite. Am I right?
Yes, it is. Well, it's blended.
Blended.
It's
Okay.
blended. Yeah.
Let's look at your behind the scenes. Okay. So you're on a light table.
Hmm.
And what is the red that you're using? A big piece of
That's transparent
oh, okay.
plexiglass.
All right. Plexiglass.
And then there's another white plexi underneath that, and then there's a cut out opening there, and there's a flash underneath.
Okay. You cut a hole in plexi?
No,
Oh,
no,
I was gonna say,
no,
how's that
no.
trust fund going there, Arnold?
Yeah, no. Yeah, there's a black cardboard underneath the white
Got it.
plexiglass,
Okay.
and then there's a red plexi transparent plexiglass, red plexiglass on top, and then the six pack is on top of that.
Yeah, really, really nice. Really nice. I love how you got the light to come up through the liquor here and up through it here, blending them
Ac-
together.
well, actually, no, it's not open. It's not open underneath. The six pack carton is intact.
Yeah, but enough light is coming through that carton to light these bottles up, right?
Yeah, it's basically if you look at the what I did is basically a more of a focus light so that I can just light the top of the exposed part of the bottles.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically what I had to do because I did try this just with the bottles alone without the box itself to see if I can eliminate it from the bottom. And it didn't work too well.
All right. Um, it ended up being a really beautiful shot of
Thanks.
something very mundane.
Right.
That's I noticed that we have half as many people in this group.
Yes.
It's a
Right.
challenge when you have to shoot stuff like this. But as a professional, it's stuff like this that we end up shooting the most of. 80% of what we do as pros is shoot boring shit we never show anybody, you
Right.
know?
Well, yeah, the only thing really I wanted this is to have cherries on it because the
Mhm.
lemon doesn't really work too well in it, but cherries is out of season. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, a little bit of bitter lemon in with the watermelon could be, pretty good, actually.
okay.
Not
Uh,
something I ever thought about, but
right.
certainly could be.
Okay.
Beautiful shot, really well done,
Okay. Thank you.
Arnold. Should be real proud of it. Really proud of it. Jim Hill.
Hello.
Hey, Jim, this is really super well done, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You got a 6-pack here, and you've turned the can to pick up the ear. That's really, really well done there. So there's your, and that's your 6-pack container thing up there. What is it, a plastic thing?
Oh, that black on top.
Yeah,
Yeah, it just holds all the cans together.
yeah.
They're called pack techs.
And you brought us in at an oblique angle. The big chunky wood goes with the big, you know, burly dog, manly dog kind of thing, the big wood. You've made them kind of heroic by shooting this way, and we're getting the curve up there. So we're really kind of down looking up at them a little bit. And then you threw the light back here, the spotlight back here on the windows, I mean, on the bricks. Just all in all, really, really good shot. Well thought out. This shows us the backside of the can really, 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 really well. Is this a local beer, or is this
They're from Boulder.
okay?
Yeah, they got 3 or 4. They got several breweries they do out there, and they're from Boulder. I actually live in Iowa City, but I got a local shop in Iowa City.
Yeah. I was noticing at the beer rack yesterday, I hadn't noticed it quite as much as this, but how many sort of crafty beers that the major manufacturers are now coming up with.
Mhm.
The Budweiser row had about, I don't know, at least 8 beers I'd never heard of. They're all Budweisers. They're all Budweiser makes them, but they're all kind of making them crafty with different names and stuff. That's really interesting.
Yeah, I was surprised when I was kind of doing some research for this week, and I went out to like different like Instagram accounts and Facebook accounts of either local breweries or distributors or just liquor stores, I guess, in general.
Mhm.
It's kind of surprising that I know the level of photography they have on there is really not very good.
I know. I picked up Phoenix magazine on Thursday. Phoenix at the magazine stand at the store, and I was going to buy it and do a show. I mean, it really crossed my mind. I knew I wasn't going to do the show. I won't do anything that I will never pick on a photographer on line or anything. I won't do it unless they're egregiously terrible people. But I thought I want to do a show on how in God's name Phoenix magazine can print the crap that they print. Because I know the photographers in Phoenix. I know how good the photographers in Phoenix is. And if you looked at that magazine, you'd wonder if anybody here even knew how to use a camera. I don't get it. I don't understand it, but I will tell you that when you start exhibiting work like this, now put this up on your Instagram and tag them. And I know people get work that way.
Yeah.
So
there's a pretty good brewery right next to where I work at, and they're promoting their green beer for St. Patrick's Day, and they had a picture of the glass, and you can see where the lady did it with like an iPhone. The glass was all lit up, and you can see the iPhone in the glass. I was like, "What the hell?"
oh, well, there you go. Nothing like nothing quite like that. Lighting's really good. I generally don't recommend lighting to the front, but you're using it as a fill. So you just fill in the cans up front here because your main lighting's coming from the side. We can see it up in the cans. Really nice. Yeah, good job, Jim. Good.
Well, thank you.
Damn good job. You got to be pretty proud of that. That's a great shot. Teresa, are these some of those little things that you do in Photoshop, these cubes, or are these real cube things?
Recording in progress.
Teresa, St. Marie, are you there? Teresa, okay. Well, we'll have to come back to Teresa if she comes back in. Catherine Gooding. I saw Catherine here. Yeah, there you are.
Good morning.
Morning. What a cool concept for the shot.
Oh, thanks.
Now, what are these? These are oh, they're beer.
It's beer. Yep.
Pink
It's-
Boots Brewing. This is so cool. What now? Is this Photoshopped in?
Nope. That's an actual keg.
Oh, so that's a keg and that's the
Yep.
6-pack up here.
Yep. Yep.
I love what you did here. Getting the whole logo in. And again, I would tell you, put this on Instagram and tag them.
Well, I will, but I work there and I made this beer.
Oh, maybe they'll, if you work there, maybe they'll hire you to do some photography for them.
Maybe. Yeah, the budget for that is non-existent, but I would do it for fun.
No, you would do it for beer.
Well, yeah, I already have that part
Everybody
covered.
works for beer. Mark Shaw's over there. He perked right up. He's, yeah, I'll do it for beer.
Yeah. This was kind of fun.
Yeah.
I did it once, like, on Wednesday, and I hated it. So I did it again on Friday morning when I had like a strict deadline of exactly 2 hours to like get it done. And I don't have it behind the scenes. I'm sorry. It was really very simple lighting though. Like directly behind the keg at the level of the floor, not the floor, but the bottom of the keg, there's a speed light that is aimed at the backdrop. And that is actually providing most of the light. It's bouncing around my kitchen to front light. And then there's a fill card on the right. And then I had a strobe in a softbox on the left, but it was just way too powerful. So really the only thing coming from the strobe is the modeling light on the left. And really that's it.
So that's the softbox there, or is that the white card?
No, that's the softbox. The white card was on the
and the
other
white
side.
card's over here giving us this one.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it's really, really pretty. This is
Thank you.
little funky right there.
Okay.
Right. I would clean that up. Just make it all gray.
Okay.
You've got the highlight here that shows us it's chrome. Do that over here. If you wanted to, you could add a little bit of just turn it to white right there to give us that little feeling like there's a light back there. If you wanted to, no big deal if you don't, because you've kept it looking really good and you've got bright, a little bit darker, and then it picks up nicely from the fill card over here. So the sense of roundness is there. The words down here look fantastic.
It was actually, I did focus stack this. So there were 3 images, one for the front can, one for the back cans, and then one for the lettering on the keg.
Yeah, beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful shot. We'll see. Teresa, are you here?
I'm here, Don. Sorry, it was technical difficulties.
That's all right. That's all right. So are these those cubes you build in Photoshop, or are these like real
No,
cubes?
that's actually, it was like a little gift box. It was like the size of a shoebox, and I covered it in poster board. Yeah, the behind the scenes is in front. Yeah.
Very cool.
So I did take the little cylinder that the can is on and I colored that in Photoshop. So that's the only real.
This one here?
record. Yeah, it was
Okay.
white. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you here. You've got the yellow peeking out from the blue. Did that impact the image, or is that just because it was hanging there, you hung the blue in front of it?
Well, I tried yellow, I tried a dark green, and I tried the blue. So I just wanted to see which color I liked best in the background, but the yellow.
Okay, so the yellow isn't giving us a warm edge or anything to this.
It did a little bit on the right-hand side there where your cursor is, more on the green packaging.
Okay.
But I kind of cleaned that up.
Okay. Yeah.
On the right-hand side, I did a shot where I brought in a white foam core really close to the edge,
Mhm.
just to make it a little bit smoother, the reflections. And I also did that in between the package and the beer can. I did a shot to give a clean edge for the beer can by itself and for the one that's in the packaging.
All right, so you're saying you put a fill card in here
Right.
and shot it and then just took it out in Photoshop, cut
Yeah.
it out and let the image below come through again.
Yeah.
Very nice. That really cleans that can up. The cans look great. The packaging looks great. This company would be super thrilled to have an image like this. Nicely done, Teresa. And you used a 100 mm.
Yeah, I've kind of been shooting with that for this workshop, and it's good. Although it's a bit difficult because I don't have a whole lot of space to work in. So sometimes everything tends to be like super close up like this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, see, when we're outside and we put 100 mm on, it just doesn't seem that long.
yeah.
You know, it's just like, it's, a little short telly. You get in a studio and you realize how long 100 mm is. And by the way, that works at the other end too. You never realize how wide a 24 is until you're in the studio trying to work on a 4 foot by 4 foot table. And you
Yeah.
go, wait a minute, I'm getting, 2 feet off the left and 2 feet off the right. So yeah, really, yeah, super well done. Real
Thank you.
clean, very commercial, good for your book.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mark.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
Good.
Got some nice light on top of the caps here. Probably would have had you turn all the caps in one direction.
I tried
no,
that, but I
never mind,
wanted to
never
line
mind.
up.
Never mind. You line these up.
That's what I wanted to
You
do.
line those up. All right, that's fine. I'd probably rather have those lined up than that. I didn't even see those initially. Yeah, very good. Now the beer looks beautifully done, beautifully poured. So you're ahead of the game for next week's assignment, aren't you?
Yep. You know what I found really was fun to use? Chopsticks.
To stir the beer?
I read somewhere where if you want to keep the foam on the top going a little bit longer, stir it with chopsticks. There's something in the wood treated that reacts with the beer and helps the foam last a little longer.
Some people use a little pinch of salt to do that.
Yeah.
I will honestly tell you, it's never worked for me. I've been in a studio and watched somebody do it and it worked for them. It's never worked for me. So I don't do the salt. I did not know about the chopsticks. What a great idea. Pass that on.
Yeah.
But the beer head looks great. Now next week, do not give me a crop shot of this, okay?
I promise I won't.
Look, Don, look how brave my cropping is. No, really, really good. I think maybe you could have gotten your horizon down lower.
Okay.
But that doesn't kill your shot. So, I mean, I'm saying you could have. I'm not saying you should have, but you could have done it. The label looks great here. The label looks great back over here. Everything through here looks good. I think it's a well done shot. A few little things. We got a little bit of glare on the top that you might be able to tone down. Well, you will be able to tone that down in Lightroom. Tone it down a little bit. And then I would probably bring this up a little bit, because it is already, you're starting out with dark green and reds and stuff, right? It's away from the light. I don't know. Do you have well, we'll look at you behind the scenes. Is there a fill to the front?
There was, yeah. Like I did 2 shots. I did one to try and keep the gooseneck and the bottles dark. So I used a black card for that.
Yeah.
And then the top shot is the white cards I used to try and bring up the box.
Yep. Yeah, they're about as close as you can get them, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yep. So at this point, Mark, I think at this point we get a little Vivesa or whatever in here and
sure,
just pull those up a little bit. Your bottles look good. I would just like to, because we know this is white.
Okay.
Writing. And the other thing is maybe pull those little guys up a little bit too. They're a little gray, and we know in our minds that they're white, right?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, so they're white. So let's just pull them up a little bit. Leave the beer bottles alone. They look fine. Everything's great. Cool shot.
thanks, Don.
Damn cool shot. Hard to do. 6-pack of beer, 6-pack of soda. It's hard to do. Judy,
Hi, Dawn.
hi. I love the table and the colors and the flair.
Oh, you do good.
That's so cool. Look at that. Judy, what the hell lens is this?
It's the Sony 24 to 105, and I shot it at 65.
And you shot it at f14. Okay. That's why all these artifacts here. Have you
Right.
ever, if you ever want to test out how good your lens is, folks, one of the things you want to do is shoot into the light wide open. Shoot flare wide open and see how it handles the flare. And the other thing to do is to shoot it all the way stop down. You're at f14. This is a pretty damn good lens.
Yeah, it's a nice lens. I use
Yeah.
almost
I
every-
mean, I would have expected, you do this with an inexpensive lens, you'll get all these little,
Oh, wait.
things up here and in a thing light, and it'll be green down here and all kinds of stuff. That's what bad lenses do. Good lenses just, you're going to get some refraction
yeah.
because you're shooting into the light, but at least it's round and attractive. See that little notch there?
Yeah.
Let's fix that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the beer's fine. We're just going to look at the background and see if it flares.
All right.
The beer again looks good right through here. The label looks good. You got the nice bright highlight down the side, which we need to explain the flare. There's a lot of light on here.
Yeah.
The table surface is beautiful. Wow.
Thank you.
I would be absolutely picky and go right down this seam. You see that little
Yeah.
thing there? Go right down that
Uh-huh.
seam and clean it up so it looks as perfect as that seam.
All right.
That's so perfect right here. When you're shooting packaging, sometimes you have to, like, if you're shooting cereal box and the top
Yeah.
of the cereal box arches. You ever notice that? The box will arch up like this. You have to make a little piece of double-sided tape and get it down because the box has to close at the top. And that's what's happening here. Just a little bit of damage to the packaging, and we can clean that up.
Okay.
And you shot right straight across at it. Nice.
Right.
At 65 millimeter. Yeah, you've made it kind of a hero because we're looking at the crown, we can't see the top, so we know we're lower than it. Very
Right.
cool. How's the beer?
I haven't tried it yet, but now I have a house full of beer because I tried longboard. I tried this. I tried 805. And this one was the better of the three.
So when the family comes over and sees all the beer, you can just write it off as like, they go, Judith, do we have to have a talk? You go, no, this was for photography.
Intervention.
Is there, come over at noon, we're gonna all go for lunch. No, never do that. Never do that.
Yeah.
Really good.
Thank you, Don.
Really good. And there's your light coming right in up. Now, was this a 2-shot deal?
Yeah, it was 3, and I could have
Three.
done it with one light and just moved it around, but I've learned the hard way that the less I move around a set, the better.
Okay.
I had 3 lights set up. I used, actually 2 lights. I have in the left-hand side, I used the snoot with the yellow little gel to get the table and the shadow. And then I switched over to the strip box to get the packaging. And then I
Okay.
did the reflector to cause the flare.
Got it. Wow. Good. It does not look composited. It looks really great.
Thank you.
Super good job. Bloodline, Craig Hauser.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you doing, man?
I'm okay.
And you got the shiny stuff on the orange. Looks great.
Mhm.
Looks great. In here, this one leaning in, you got nice highlights on it, got nice highlights on this. You got the box looks great. I love it. You know, this whole design of boxes, this is a branding idea. Look
Mhm.
how delicate the brand is on the bottles, right? And so somebody's got some feedback. So this branding, if these were all lined up in here, being so small, it'd be hard to see what it is. So they just bring the wall up and put the whole brand on the side of the box. That's the reason that they do that.
Mhm.
Really clean. How many shots?
It's two separate shots. And it was three actually, I guess, because the blood orange wasn't coming up with the angle of the light. So the blood orange on the left, it's a separate shot just for the lighting.
Okay.
So it's three.
Yeah. And the light on the orange here, that little backlight, you got, that's what I love. Is this light here coming off the box? Is it?
No, it's a white card. So I bought the white
it.
tape you told me to buy.
Uh-huh.
And so what I did is I just took a white card, and I don't know, it's probably, the size a little bit bigger than like a cigarette box. And then I just taped it to the back of the box. You can't see it. And that's where you get the kick.
It's just a little thing in the
Mhm.
picture, but it's a big thing in the picture.
Mhm.
This right here, our brain sees this and we know there's depth in the picture. Even if we're not looking at the orange, we just know there is. Same thing over here, having that little highlight on from something over here.
The white card.
That
Yeah.
just gives us the roundness of it. It gives us the idea that there's something behind there. Our eyes, we've been looking through our eyes our whole life. We know that means something. We don't necessarily, think about it, but we know intuitively that means something. That looks really good. And then your bottle here, good highlights. The logo looks good. Nothing.
Do you
wrong
think
with that shit.
bloodline is good enough on the side of the packaging? It's red on orange. So
This?
yeah, is it strong enough?
The only thing I would try,
Yeah.
and I would only try because I do think it's strong enough.
Okay.
But the only thing I would try is Vivesa
Okay.
and plop it right down on the red, and then just use the contrast slider.
Okay.
Just a little bit. Maybe you can pull a little more contrast out of it. Now that's going to make the orange a little bit lighter and the red a little bit darker
Mhm.
to pull that contrast. But it might look good too, to have a little bit of a brighter there.
Right. I had a curve on it and it looked stupid.
Okay. Yeah. Give that a shot. I don't know if I don't know if at all if that would be what you need to do, but I'd certainly try it.
Okay.
See what comes up. There's your light. Now, is this window light coming through here, or?
No, it's the continuous light, a 150
Oh,
watt.
okay.
And then I was sort of dismantled everything, and then I said, I got to get a shot. So that's why it's called disheveled.
F32 at a second.
Yeah. What would you recommend differently?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Fine. I was just trying to get a handle on how bright that light is. So 16 and a half second, 8 and a quarter second.
I don't know. I bet it was like 50%.
Yeah, so it's not very powerful. But what is your ISO? 100?
200 ISO.
200. Okay, so it's not a very powerful light, but it's a good light. Looks good.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, real nice. Well done. Joe.
Hey, Don.
Hi, Joe.
This was the second product. First one, I posted a quick little pic on the Facebook group. Could not get the pink fluid inside the bottle to look pink and have the reflections from the back come through. It was driving me crazy.
Well, I like these unmarked bottles in here. That's
I have
nice.
one. I have the bottles outside. There is a label down below the top of the.
We'll fix that. Make it nice and smooth through there.
That's a built in the bottle. That's a little circle that's on all the bottles. So I wasn't sure if you take that out or leave that in.
Well, I would take it out here
Okay.
because it doesn't show over here.
Okay,
If it was over here, it would remind us that it's something in the bottle. Here, it just looks wrong by itself.
okay.
And the other thing, this side of the package, I think, should definitely be lighter. And your fill looks great. I wouldn't lighten up this part of it, but I think I would lighten up this part of it. And that might just be simply, cutting it out, boom, 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 move it up, play with it a little bit. Don't make it look as bright as this, obviously.
Right.
It just needs to come up a little bit.
Okay,
I would say Vivesa, but I think my Vivesa may be a problem up in here. It
with
might
all the other
some of that
colors.
darker in. And also you've got so many different levels in here. Vivesa make you just grab the gold and not move everything else up. So cool. Horizon lines looks good. And the dark wood with the dark root beer, that works. Diet root beer.
Yep,
Is it good?
it is. It's kind of a local company.
Love those local companies. You got a big light coming on this side for being dark over there.
What do you call it? I use the modeling lights at 100%.
Oh, okay. Okay. Modeling lights are even. That's right. Yep. Cool. I do like your point of view, by the way, being down low, putting those bottles up, a little more of
Yeah.
a power play to it.
I started high and didn't like the way it looked and kept moving it down.
And again, I would lighten the side of this thing and tag them on Facebook.
Okay.
Lee,
Yes, sir.
very nice. Wow. This is very clean, a different approach. You've
Thank
lined
you.
up all your little circles here. You've got light in the bottles. What looks like a fairly simple image is not a very simple image. Got a lot going on here.
It was not easy.
So how did you get the beer to light up in the bottom there?
I cut the bottom of the box and I
Got it.
shoot a speed light from the bottom up to light up the bottom.
That'll do it.
And the speed light from camera left, it was just to light up a little bit. You can see the light splashing a little bit to the side, right there.
Little poppy edge
Yeah.
light.
Just little poppy.
And
And
Diffused.
biggest straw.
Okay.
Mhm. And I use the strobe. This is in from camera right. The strobe is just to highlight the front of the box. So it highlights the Modelo label in the box.
So we got one light here,
Yes,
one light here,
yes,
one light below,
yes,
and the strobe softbox back here.
yes. Kind of far away.
And you've got a little bit of a blue tone going here, which makes the orange of the beer just really pop out.
Yes,
You know what I would do though, Lee?
yes.
One more little layer. We've got a lot of blue in the silver here.
All right.
I would go in and take the silver here and take the blue out of the silver, leave it in this, in the whites down here, a little bit of blue in the whites, so leave it there, just make the silver more silver and less blue. I think it'll pop the entire image.
Okay.
When you take the blue out of that, I think it'll just pull those caps up really nicely. And those wrapped caps, that's a feature of this beer.
Yes.
I like Modelo.
I love Modelo.
Yeah,
The black one is the best one.
that's really strong beer.
Yeah, it is.
That's
But it's
almost
very
like ale. You know, when you pour the beer and it pours like syrup, that's just a little stout for me.
Yes. It's very good with rabbit. If you ever eat rabbit, it's very good with rabbit.
All right, I'll try that. Lawrence. Lawrence, are you here? Lawrence. Okay. Well, Lawrence, a really beautiful job with the label. Wow. Just love this in here. Your box looks great. You've done it a little bit differently. You've got this corner highlighted. It's brighter than the front. That's fine. That's a nice feel to it. This looks good up here with the caps. And then you've got something going back here with Photoshop that looks pretty cool. I think it's this this logo back here. Yeah, that's really well done. This is a good solid product shot. Should be very pleased with this. This is absolutely solid product shot. And the colors, this is, I take it this is a gold, so everything looks good in here. Maybe a little, I don't know. I might take the gold, pick this up off and give a little bit more of a highlight through it, maybe a little stripe highlight to give it an idea that it's reflecting something. But no, it doesn't necessarily need it. I think it looks great. Giannis. Is Giannis here or is he off shooting somewhere? Okay. Beautiful shot, Giannis. Just typical what I would expect from you. I love this dry ice or something coming down the side. Everything is perfectly lit, perfectly done. Look at how beautiful the bottles look back up in here. Lovely shot, really nice. The horizon and the color coming up through the back. Wow, beautiful. I'm gonna guess it's probably not done in one shot. No, here we go. I'll let you guys download this and kind of see what he did here. Super well done, Giannis. Kind of shots get you jobs right there. Carla McMahon. Is Carla here? No, Carla's not here either. Lovely. Love what Carla does with her little highlights. This is becoming a feature of her work. These shadows coming forward here. Look how beautifully lit and reflective the pomegranates are. Jars in here look great. The bottles, even the bottles peeking out the top. Look at the beautiful highlights on the bottles coming out the top. The packaging looks good. The pomegranate looks great. And the colors, of course, are beautiful. Carla is a master in Photoshop, so she can do her colors in Photoshop. Oh, we don't have a okay, so it's a strip box to the left, scrim with a strip box, bare bulb, and 8200 from the right behind, and that's your little coming this way, and then a bare bulb giving the whole shot ambient light, and that ambient light is pulling up the shadows. Well done. Jan. Is Jan here? Oh, I had a Stella last night with dinner. I like the, it's almost theatrical lighting here, Jan. Look at the bright here. Looks great here. Over here looks fantastic. These lines in here. The labels look good. The bottles look, cans look good. It looks solid. The horizon's in the right line. I think it's pretty good. I would have loved to have seen a little bit of color sneaking into the back here. Just to break that flat black look. Is there a gray? Is there a gray there? Maybe there is. If there, it looks, I don't know. Who can tell? Does it look, it does look a little gray here compared to here, doesn't it? Anybody?
Yes, there's like a gradient there.
It
Yes,
is. I
just very subtle.
yeah, I think I would tell you, Jan, to pull it up just a little bit. It's so subtle that I'm missing it, maybe because the window's open here. I just saw it at the moment I said it should be have some color. I saw that. And maybe you could actually add a little color, maybe some of the red of the Stella label, just a little, so it's so faint coming up from the back. That could work pretty well. Giannis just joined us. Giannis, we just looked at your shot. We'll go back real quick. Super
Hello,
well
Don.
done. Super, super beautiful shot. You want to walk us through the series here?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry for being late, but I thought it wasn't at 7 o'clock here in Greece. It was this meeting early.
No, we stay with Pacific time. So it should be the
Oh,
same time that you normally do it. The only
why
person
do I
that
have
changes
that
is me
idea?
because I'm in Phoenix.
Oh,
I
okay then.
think Europe does a different daylight savings time.
Yeah,
Yeah, here is 7 o'clock in the
yeah,
evening. Yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
So what you'll want to do is those of you in Europe, and if we have anybody from South America, they're a little bit different as well. Is whatever Pacific time is, that's when we're meeting.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
All right.
well, every time I'm spot on, but I don't know what happened today. Anyways, what I did here, I just, as you can see from the behind the scenes, first thing first, I shoot the background alone with the subject being without the light. Then I took out the pack and shot just the bottle, the rim light on the camera's left. Then I did those 3-4 shots about for smoking, for that effect, the freezing effect. Then the 2, 4, 5, 6 for the 7th photograph, I just shot the upper part of the pack, just to show that black. I don't like being total black. I like have a bit grain. I need to see details there. That's why I always do that for labels. And for the caps on the upper part of the caps in the bottle. The next 2 shots, I used plexiglass in front of a street box. I wanted to leave the bottles in the pack, just the liquid. The next one is for the upper part, from the rim lights and the caps. The next is for the label alone, for the front bottle. I just focused on the, because previously I was focused on the pour pack. Then I focused back on the front bottle. Okay. And in post, I did the both. I just blended the pack, working on a already layer where the front bottle was. So I just brought back the pack. That's what I did. It was a bit, time consuming for the smoke. Actually, that's what I did those shots.
Yeah, but that much work is what you do to go into a shot. I mean, this is absolutely stunning, perfect photograph.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I wanted something like that because, as I told, as you know already, I had an accident before. That's my second shot. I was gonna save the front bottle. I hit the surface. Then the pack came down. I went to catch the pack, kicked the tripod. The camera fell down, and the pocket wizard was broken. So okay, that's okay. We have to be careful. Oh, thank
Nicely
you.
done. Yeah, nice, and thanks for walking us through it. It's beautiful to see how you thought about it.
Thank you.
Set it up. And Jan Wilding come in yet? No. Bob.
Hi, Don.
Hi, Bob. Good position here. I love the light on this side of the bottle. This bottle was shot separately, I take it?
It was, yes.
Okay. Nice through here. Bottle looks great. The label, you shot the label just like it's shot here. Except that's a little dark there. So bring that up, that little dark area.
Okay,
Just soften that dark area, and you'll have the label looks exactly like the label on the side here. That would be very, very cool to have that.
okay.
Your bottles in the case looks good. All the bottles read well. And I don't how did you do this here?
Just a shot with a spritzer bottle. Just totally separate, of course.
Oh, okay. Just stuck it in.
Yeah.
Cool. Now when you set it down here and you added this stuff in here, you did this all in Photoshop as well.
Partly. There was some of that color was coming through on the table, and so I just added.
Okay, so you just put a bottle there, shot the light through it to get the shadow, then tip the new shot in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Clean. Little things. I think I would see how bright. Oh man, I get tired of this zoom. That brightness there, I'd make sure it was the same over here and same over here. Kind of follow through a little bit, pull these up just, I mean, ever so much, you know, let's get
Okay.
a little bright edge to them because the label looks really good. It's even across here. And maybe even the caps a little bit.
Okay.
It's pretty darn even now, but I think it could come up maybe just a little bit more. Maybe all three of these shadow sides come up just a little bit because it's metallic and we want to be reminded that it's metallic.
Okay.
Yeah. What'd you use? It's 24 to 70 at 50?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you using? Okay, so you got a strobe through a scrim.
Yeah, pretty basic.
Yeah, all you need. All you need. And maybe this white card could have been here too. Did you try it closer?
I don't remember exactly where it was when I did the actual shoot.
Okay.
Probably no closer than it was there.
So yeah, if you got it closer, it would probably wrap around and probably brighten these guys up a little bit.
Okay.
So what I do as a rule of thumb is I start with the fill card in as close as it possibly can be without being in the picture.
Right.
There's a pretty good chance it might be too much, right? But you can back it up. But if you start here, you'll never know what you could have gotten if you brought it in closer. So I like to start at one extreme or the other, you know, either start way far back and bring it in. If I just want a little bit of fill, I just want to open the shadows, I'll start way back and then bring it in to where I need it. If I want to light it up, I'll start in as close and take it back to where it works for the aesthetic that I want.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
Rob. Yep. Jerry. Jerry here. Looks good, Jerry. Your label looks really good. I think this is probably some Photoshop going on here, or you took it to the lakeshore. And well, I guess I can do this. I can go forward one little thing here. And okay, so the rocks are in real and the water is not. Highlights on the bottle look great. There's a thing in Photoshop in the neural filters that's called, I can't remember what it's called. It's for evening things out. I would run that with your background and your foreground, and you'll either warm up the background or cool down the foreground. Right now, there's a color temperature challenge going on here, and we can see that color temperature. So check it out. In fact, Unmesh over at Piximperfect just did a video on it yesterday. So go over to Piximperfect and check it out. It's really cool. It's a neural filter and it works great. And Alan Mason. Alan Mason's not here. What a clever idea down in the frozen down in here. Your cool colors gives us another idea to feel that that's really, really cold. I think I would pull up the contrast in this a little bit, just a little more pop to it. This looks great. Leave the blue color. It looks fantastic. Pull up the contrast in here. Let's see this a little bit darkening of the background and pull the letters forward a little bit. Just a contrast fix to that should be all you need. It looks good. Okay. Perfect. Asha. Okay, Asha. Beautiful highlights down the side. I don't know why the peppers are here. Maybe guava chili. Guava chili mead. All right. Mead is a very old liquor that is becoming more and more popular. Those of you who shoot beverages, definitely add a mead or two to your portfolio because they're getting really, really, really popular. And there's also something called Shrub. There's a drink called Shrub. It's non-alcoholic, but it's made from nuts and spices and things. It's also a very old drink, like, two centuries ago. That's becoming very much more popular. There are Shrub bars in New York, etc. I would add a Shrub or two to your portfolio. The only thing, Asha, I think I put a fill card back here a little bit to get that back edge, a little bit of light on that back edge, because we're losing the bottle and we don't want to lose that. See, you've got it here, really nice, but we've lost the bottle there. So just needed another fill card. Sets here, the fill card's back here like this, so that the angle of incidence, angle of reflection comes forward to the camera. Looks great. All right, and your lighting. Yep. Oh, you've got a card back there. It's not reading though. So even if you put a card here, if it's not reading, you have to figure out what to do to make it read. Get it in closer if you have to, because the card's there, but it's not reading well. Oh, last shot. Okay. All right. Any questions?
Can we talk about the next assignment for a minute?
Yeah. Okay.
Is it pouring beer?
No, doesn't have to be pouring, just a head of beer.
Oh, okay.
These are all pouring shots, but no, just a good head of beer or root beer or what have you. It does not have to be a pouring shot. It can be just a nice shot of the beer, but get creative with it, Maybe your shot, it's only like this, just the head of the beer and the beautiful beer in the glass and what have you. If it's root beer or cream soda is even better because you get light through cream soda easy. Just make it really, really pretty. How you approach this is going to be total creativity.
So we're talking about the foam and
Yeah.
the liquid.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's harder to shoot than it looks.
Now, question, would it be okay if the foam splashes
Yeah,
a little bit?
sure. Sure. It's okay if it runs down the glass. Yeah, that's what I talk about in it here is there's some, really pretty things that can happen. One of the things that we like about photography is freezing time, and that stuff starts to come down the side of the beer, and you freeze it. Like this shot here is an exciting shot because we know this is gonna slip over and fall in a second. So. Okay, Lawrence just got here. Lawrence, we are just winding up. We stay at Pacific time. I think you missed it. A couple of people missed it as well. But yes, we stay at Pacific time. So we started at 9 today. We'll start at 9 next week, 9 Pacific. I'm sorry, no, 7 Pacific. No, 9 Pacific, 9 Pacific. Yeah. Everybody in the world changes their DST at a different time. And I just decided to always stay with Pacific. That way we don't have problems. All right, Lawrence, I'm sorry you missed it. Go and look at when the video comes up. It'll come up later today. You can see the review on your shot, which was very nice, by the way.
Thank you.
And everybody, we'll see you next time with the perfect head of beer or root beer or cream soda or whatever it is that you pour that gets a little fuzzy top. Take care.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Don.
Thank you, Don.
All right.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Don.
Don. Have a good one, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.